analysing players' performance in the game. So Kepa, comfortable game, made that great save for Enzo, and also his distribution today was good. He looked more comfortable. Brilliant performance. Defensively, Timber at right back, absolutely outstanding, solid as a rock. Saliba and Gabriel also solid. Hikape came in at left back and was solid as well. And he almost nearly scored as well. And also Gabriel nearly scored as well from a chance. I thought our whole defence today was outstanding. Both defensively and also in the moments when we had chances as well from set pieces. The solid defensive wall seems to be back. Midfield, Zubimendi, I thought he played a smart game today. Really good on the ball, really tidy. Managed the game really well. Made a few good and smart fouls as well. I thought his intelligence, his game awareness and intelligence today was outstanding. Rice again in the left A, box to box. He was up and down. He done a great job. He's such a leader in the team. Fantastic performance. Eze, out of the three, I thought had probably the most underwhelming game out of the three. I did expect a bit more from him. I thought he'd get on the ball a bit more, in the pockets and make things happen. It wasn't his best game, but he still contributed to the team. And yeah, that was for midfield. Now looking at our attacking lineup, I thought Madueke again, ex-Chelsea, had a great game, always on the ball, attacking, threatening. We could just say maybe lacked a bit of end product today, but nonetheless, fantastic performance from him. Gyökeres, I thought, had a good game. He done a lot of good work off the ball, I felt, today. He didn't really get a clear-cut chance to score, but his overall game off the ball was outstanding. Martinelli, I thought, left wing was outstanding as well. Probably should have scored that chance in the first half. On another day, he buries that, but their defender did make a good block. But I thought our attacking three was, they all worked hard off the ball today. It was one of those games where you just put in a shift, you work hard, And then, yeah, subs. Obviously, Havertz came on for Gyökeres. I didn't really see that sub, I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought Havertz was going to come on for Eze, but Arteta went for Gyökeres off, Havertz on, and it was an impactful sub today. Havertz, scoring with a fantastic finish. Check the composure to go around the keeper, slide it through, points to the cannon, and he says, it's Arsenal season, it's our time, fantastic, moment for Havertz and for Arsenal. Amazing. Trossard came on for Madueke as well, a bit later, and he did okay. Quite a game, but I thought he did all right. Put himself about, got on the ball. It's sort of that. It's all about that sort of work ethic off the ball today. That's what today was about. Off the ball. What we do off the ball. When we get our chance, we take it. And Havertz got his chance. It was late, but he took it. My man of the match can only be one person. King Kai. Kai Havertz scores again. And yeah, Arteta, thoughts on Arteta, the manager, put a strong team out, as always. I thought he made the right choice, actually, bringing Havertz on up front. If you remember a few seasons back, he scored a similar goal, against Chelsea, and he's done it again. Fantastic. And, that goal was the goal that got us through to the EFL Cup final, whereas we got our first chance of winning silverware. Thoughts on Chelsea, snapshot of them. Obviously, I spoke about them in previous videos. Their new manager, I thought, Liam Rosenior, he's doing well for them. Fair play to him. I'm happy to see, him doing really well. They have a good squad, great players. Defensively, I think, they're looking better. Midfield, they've got a great midfield, and attack, they've got great attacking options. So they've got a great squad, good quality squad depth. Their goalkeeper, he's okay as well. I think they could do maybe one or two signings in the summer to, compete at a higher level, competing with the Arsenals, the Cities. But you know what? I do think with their squad they have, I don't see why they can't get into the top 5 this season. I think top 5 will be Champions League, and I believe they'll be in the Champions League next season. So next game, okay, we're back in at home in the Premier League action on Saturday. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff against Sunderland, where we'll need to win at all costs to extend our lead at the top of the league to 9 points, with City having to go away to Liverpool on the Sunday. We know it's not going to be an easy place to go, as we've seen. I'm expecting City to drop points in that game, and I feel this will be a pivotal weekend in the title race. And lastly, can I just say, I appreciate anyone that took the time to listen to tonight's reflection. I'm hoping you could connect with it. you know, and please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow on Instagram and follow on TikTok. You know, please like the video, comment. I always do my best to get back to comments, and also please share to football fans, especially Arsenal fans. And last but not least, come on, you Gunners.